On section 3.3, example 3. The function is a profit function. P of x is equal to 2x squared minus 5x plus 6. So the average rate of change of profit when x changes from 2 to 4. So average rate of change, as we saw before, f of b minus f of a over b minus a. So in this case, that's going to be f of 4 minus f of 2 divided by 4 minus 2. Okay, so we need to find f of 4 and we need to find f of 2. When you take 4 and you plug it into the x here and here, that gives you 18. So this is going to be 18 minus f of 2 would be the value that you get when you plug 2 in here and here for the x's. You're going to get 4. So 18 minus 4 over 4 minus 2, that's 2. That's 14 over 2, so 7. Okay, and just to be clear on what we're looking at here, just so that we see kind of what's happening, this is for the interpretation of this. In fact, actually, I'm going to go ahead and do B, and then we'll look at the interpretation as asked for in part B. Find the instantaneous rate of change of the profit with respect to the number of items produced when x is equal to 2. This is called the marginal profit. Okay, so remember that the instantaneous rate of change, what we're looking for is, I'll just change that to IROC. This is the limit as h approaches 0 of f of a plus h minus f of a over h. So f of a plus h, in this case a is 2, so what we're looking for is f of 2 plus h minus f of 2 divided by h. Okay, so that's the definition of instantaneous rate of change on the worksheet that you see in the book. So we need to find these two things. What is f of 2 plus h and what is f of 2? So let's find f of 2 plus h. So recall from the previous example that that's what you get when you plug 2 plus h in for the x here and here. So we get 2 times 2 plus h quantity squared minus 5 times 2 plus h plus 6. Now, just again, remember that 2 plus h squared is not 2 squared plus h squared. It is 2 plus h parentheses times another 2 plus h. 2 plus h times 2 plus h. So you have to use FOIL on that. So what you're going to get when you do that, I'll just leave the 2 here alone, but when you FOIL this thing, you're going to get 4 plus 4h plus h squared. And then when we distribute the 5 here, we're going to get minus 10 minus 5h plus 6. And let's go ahead and simplify this a little further. We distribute the 2 in there, we're going to get 8 plus 8h plus 2h squared. That's distributing the 2 to all those 3 terms. Let's combine these terms here. We're going to get minus 5h. Minus 10 plus 6 is minus 4. Let's go ahead and combine all of our like terms. We'll have 2h squared minus 5h plus 8h. That's going to be plus 3h. And then we've got our constant terms. 8 minus 4 is 4. So we're going to have that. So that is f of 2 plus h. Then f of 2, the other one we want, is whatever we get when we plug 2 into that thing. And as we saw in the previous example, what we got was 4. So f of 2 is equal to 4. Okay, so the instantaneous rate of change, what we're looking for then is the limit as h approaches 0 of f of 2 plus h, which we found was that quantity there, so 2h squared plus 3h plus 4 minus, let me try to separate this a little bit here, minus f of 2, which we just said was 4, so we'll get that, divide this by h. So again, this quantity here, that was f of 2 plus h, and this quantity here, that is f of 2. So all we're doing again is we're plugging stuff into a formula. We're plugging 2 plus h and 2 into this formula here for the instantaneous rate of change, simplifying them and then seeing what we get. So notice here that the 4s are going to cancel. So all we're going to be left with here is these two terms in the front that both have h in them. So again, we'll find that we can factor that h out of what remains. So if we do that, we'll get h times 2h plus 3, and then h in the denominator. So again, the 4's canceled, they're gone. We're looking at these two terms. They both have h's, so we can factor an h out. That allows us then to cancel with this h right here, and then we're just left with that. And at that point, we can take the 0 and plug it in to the h there. That means that term's going to go away, and then we're just going to have 3. Okay, as for the interpretation here, interpret the instantaneous rate of change of profit. Okay, so just kind of think about what if I have enough room here to draw a little graph. Let's try to do this. What we have is a profit function. So on this axis, we could put P for profit. On this axis, we could put X for the number of items sold. Now, this is a parabola opening up, which is kind of strange for a profit function, but what we'll see is it kind of looks something like this. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to do, but probably something like that. We saw that when the profit changes from 2 to 4, we got a value of 7 there. So let's see, if this is maybe 2 right here, let's say that this is 2 and maybe this is 4 or something like that. What we found was, if I can continue this out here, what we found was that this line right here, the slope of this line right here, this was the average rate of change of the profit. So what that means is that on average, when we change from selling 2 items to 4 items, we sell on average we can make an average of $7 per item sold. So the slope here was 7. And if you kind of look at the units here, this is items sold. And then this unit here is profit, that's in dollars. So if you kind of just look at the units here, it's the change in P, so that's change in dollars. So the units here would be dollars per item sold. So what this is telling us is that on average, they made $7 per item sold when we change from 2 items to 4 items. Okay. Now the instantaneous rate of change, this is called the marginal profit. We found that was 3. So basically, what that's saying is, if I were to look at the tangent line right here, let me use a different color marker for this one. The tangent line is going to be a line that kind of looks like this. It's not really very much different color. But so this tangent line, that is the slope of this thing is the instantaneous rate of change. And we found that was, I'm getting this on here, was 3. And so the units of that would also be dollars per item. So the interpretation on this one is that when we were selling 2 items, on average, or this is actually right, if we sell 2 items, we're going to be making $3 per item there. So basically what that's telling us is that if we only sell 2, we can expect that the next item that we sell will be worth $3, or that will make us $3 of profit. So as you can see, this is increasing in slope here, meaning that the more items that we sell, the more profit that we're going to be making per item. So if I go out here to 4, for example, the slope of that tangent line would be steeper, and I would find that I'm making more money per item sold. So basically, the interpretation is the more items that we sell, the more profit that we're going to make on each item that we do sell.